Ana
Yes.
Paula,
Here we go.
I
How are you,
I
sir?
I suffer so much about the English. Oh my gosh. Sometimes it's very difficult for me
No, no, no.
understand because, for example, my big problem is listening. Oh my gosh.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
So never apologize about your English. You are here to learn, and I'm here to learn as well. So we are together.
for example, my problem. Uh, I start learning English late, because I lived. I have been to the. I have been lived to the Europe in 2002. Né? It's
Really?
Madrid for 2 years. But I don't
Yes.
have a problem with my communication because Europe, the guys so very crave. The people who speak
Yeah.
about, let me see, four foreign language, né?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's different here in Brazil.
yeah. I remember the first time when I stepped in Madrid, né? Near airport. I me lost. I me complete lost. Né?
Yeah.
I didn't know how to get to Dantal. I resolved stop the guy. Né? Asked for help. Né? The guy said, how can I help you, sir? Excuse me, sorry, I don't speak English. The guy, express the Dutch. I falei, oh, no, no. Parlez-vous français? Non, non, non. Fala italiano? Habla
No,
italiano? Fala italiano? Não, não, não. Habla
just
espanhol? Não, não, não.
Portuguese.
Oh my gosh, bloody hell. What language do you speak? Português. But Português, it's so very complicated. You, you heard, you speak in Europe, né? Because Portugal, it's like an island. Né?
Yeah.
I remember I lived in Spain for 2 years, and I don't remember see or saw any newspaper from Portugal, né, or TV show, né? It's
Yes.
because this I think the guys from Portugal, most of them speak English very well. Né? About 35% the guy from Portugal speak English very well. Né?
Yes.
Cause
But
disso. Né?
yeah. Just let me add, but something that I have learned here on TNT and with Philip, it's about no apologize about your English because you are learning. You was your native language is not English, so have no obligation to speak as a native one. You are not, and you will never be a native one speaking in English. You are
Então,
you are you are from Brazil, so your native language is Portuguese.
é,
So you must not complain and oh no, I'm sorry, my English is not good. Yeah, it can be, but you are learning and you are here. You are here to learn, and that's all. Uh, because when you are complaining or excusing about your English, seems that you know nothing, and it's not true. You know a lot of things. I can get everything that you are talking. I can listen you perfect and understand you perfect. You can communicate well. So for me, communicate is the basis for to be a fluent one. If you can communicate, that's all. If you can survive in English, that's all. So for me, your English is most than good.
okay. I think I think like you about this problem. But
Yeah.
to be honest, um, uh, I have some problem like this. I have a myth about the. I had a myth about this because I think in my head. I think in my head.
Yeah.
I thought in my head a long, long time ago that all the people over 50 large don't keep able speaking English.
Yes.
The people very, very old, it's so very complicated. But for in my case, I make my case, I'm 50 years old. Okay,
Yes.
so what what I want to learn English because for example I remember before a little time before pandemic I have been to India. I got there for 40 days. I have some problem there. Né? E when I come back to Brazil, I put my head for no, I have to learn English anyway. So
Yes.
I start learning English alone, follow several tour in YouTube, okay? E I remember I saw the video on YouTube, the guys speak with native English speaker throughout the platform Cambridge.
Yeah.
E I curiously, the guys leave the code for you try for 5 minutes. Falei, I try now. The first
Yes.
time it's so very complicated because I just said my names all the time. It's so very very suffer because I face the tour and the tour face me. I'm complete stuck, complete stuck.
Yes, I passed through this also in a, I don't remember the name of the platform, but was like this. A native English talking with me just in English. The guy just talking English and was an English teacher, but with he didn't know any word in Portuguese. So I tried and we started. In the end, I realized that I didn't know the translation of the word meaning. Meaning is o que significa. So he talked a lot. Do you know what is the meaning of this? I don't know what is meaning. I didn't know the translation of the word meaning. So I was completely stuck in the conversation just because of one word, meaning. Then I have no idea about how to type meaning and search in a Google Translate. And in the end, I realized that was not a good option for me because just because of one word, I couldn't um, flow the conversation because he didn't know how to translate for me if it was a Brazilian talking and I tried to explain in a lot of words, but you don't know what's the meaning. I can speak in Portuguese and we can flow the conversation. But in this platform, no way, because I tried a lot other words, other meanings, but it's something hard to explain in English. So I realized that that is not a good option for me to talk with someone that know nothing in Portuguese, especially when I was in the beginning of my learning process. Was not an option for me.
Exactly. For example, in my case, sometimes the first time it's so very
Yeah.
soft because I was afraid to make a mistake. I was afraid to get stuck. I was afraid to serve to joke another person. But
Yes.
unfortunately, in Brazil, the people that the people that can speak English, it's so very strange. No, 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 no. In talking talk, not. TalkTalk, it's another situation. But the
Yeah.
most of the people I know that speak in English looking for the English, perfect English. So all the time, when you try speak or develop any conversation with the guys all the time try to fix you,
Correct.
all
Yeah.
the time. Your pronunciation is very bad. Say, "Puxa." It's sometimes do you get stuck, it's you think, I give up, English, it's not for me. It's so very
Yes, exactly for the same. Because my father's family, everyone talk English, and we have also the aunt English teacher, and all my cousins speak fluent as they travel and they survive completely. And an example, they watch films without subtitle, so they are completely fluent in English. And when we are in a family lunch and they want to talk something that you cannot understand, they start talking in English. And that was the motivation of my mother subscribe me in an English course. When I was so young, my mother says, Anna, when we are in a lunch with your family and they want to talk something and you cannot understand our family, an example, me, my dad, my brother, and my mother, when they want to talk, an example, bad things about my family, they talk in English because they know that we can't understand. Then my mother subscribed me in an English course, and she said, Anna, you will not say that you want in an English course, but when they started talking in English, you will translate for me in the end of the night. And then I started, but every time that I tried to talk in English with my family, they start correct me, push me down, and said my English is not good. It's not that pronunciation, that your pronunciation is not correct. And we cannot flow the conversation because every time she stopped me to correct, stopped
exactly,
me to
exactly,
correct. And
exactly.
your self-esteem, when someone is all the time correct to you, you have no self-esteem to talk in English because your brain think that everything that you try, it's wrong. You are trying again and it's wrong. And I
Ana,
don't talk in English with my family because they always push me down.
Ana, for example, in my case, I work for court of justice, court of law. E sometimes you have different level of language in Portuguese
Yes.
language. You have the form. You have to communicate sometime in formal language
Yeah.
with the law judge, the I don't procuradores, né? I don't know what the how can I say in English?
Never.
Promotores de justiça, né? But sometimes when I have communicate about these guys, it's so very formal language in judicial process. And so I'm charged so much about the grammar rule in my mother tongue. Né? If you, for example, for instance, this simple comma I use, it can be the difference something getting right or something
Yes.
getting wrong. Né?
Yeah.
So I'm charged so much, but English in my second language. Uh, I don't worry so much about this. I try just to communicate another person. It's for me.
Yes.
It's like, but I have conscious grammar. It's so very important. It help you so much. For
Yes,
example,
it's important. But think with me, when you have a baby, what's the first thing that this baby learns? First, the listen, then he starts talking, and then he knows how to write and read. So for me, the first step in English is to develop your talking, your communication, your speaking, then your listen. Then you will improve your grammar, your writing, reading.
Yeah. Little boy, when get the school, the little boy is fluent.
Yeah.
He already fluent. Just to get to the school for learning, write, read,
Yes.
grammar rule. Né? I think this, but these guys like all the time try to fix you all the time. For me, it's so very boring because, for example, I have I know several people in the living in countryside. If the guys speak Portuguese so very wrong, with make
Yeah.
very mistake, but I can understand the guys speak with
And
me.
no one, when
I
I,
don't I don't
yeah,
try fix the guy. Né? Pô, português is so very complex.
yes,
Oh my gosh, for me is the most complex
hard.
language
Yeah.
around the world, né? It's so
Yes.
very
Yeah.
complicated.
One of them.
Uh, uh, I remember, for example, I think uh, we have to you have to uh, own language, own language. Brazilian guys own language, proper language, a long time because how long we are independent from Portugal, né?
Yes.
For example, you have the rule, culture rule, norma culta. It's relation with the normal rule from Portugal, but the this language don't exist in real life. For example, it's so very difficult. You heard the guys speak if you this way. Tu foste a padaria,
Yeah, we understand this.
vós podeis, né? Ou dar-me-ia.
Yeah. And in the English, it's the same. When you look to someone, an example, every time that I talk to Philip, I feel that my English is becoming better and better and better. Why? Because the first time that I talked to him, I was completely fall in love by his language, by the way that he talked, the accent, the perfect pronunciation. And I was really afraid to talk to him. But now when I talk to him, I listen okay, and I feel my English is becoming more clear and more like them, more like his English. So it's for me, it's evaluation. Every time that you talk, you feel more relaxed with the pronunciation. You feel that the words coming in your mind faster and faster, and you have no doubt to say something. And especially with for me, especially with numbers and days of the week. My weak point was numbers and days of the week. Actually, it's continuing being my weak point, days of the week and numbers. But I remember exactly the day that I put in my mind, no, today I will learn, and it will not be my weak point anymore. And nowadays, I can talk about numbers in a calm way. It's not so clear as I talk about other things, but numbers, it's becoming relaxed for me. And
É,
how about you, Fer? Do you know what is your weak point in English? An example, the topic that it's more hard to learn and to learn about?
for example, do you have been to you say?
Sorry?
Do you have been to you say? Uh,
Yes,
okay.
2 times. Yeah,
For example, uh, American English. It's American English. It's a part of the English, international English. For
yeah,
example, I don't know if you follow the several meet in the COP 26 in Glasgow now.
yeah.
You can see something, uh,
No, I
uh,
think
but
no.
some of speech I heard in the meeting, I realized uh, how how different it's the
Yeah,
international English. Okay, yeah, I can understand it more and more. And I falei, oh my gosh, because American guys speak so very reduction, né? It's
yeah,
link sound all the time, né? But link sound Brazilian guys do, né? When
as
they
well.
speak in mother tongue, né? For example, but the guy said, you need to speak, you need to think like a native English speaker. Impossible, impossible,
But
because, for example, uh, um, uh, simply, simple phrase like this: "I'll be there soon." I speak this way. But the native might say this way: I'll be there in no time. In no time for me don't make sense. Né? Oh my
yes,
gosh, because the native have a proper expression, proper idiom. Né? For me it's so very complicated, but the guy it's not think in English because for example I believe this thing don't exist. For example, I said for you, né? I love you. You don't think about what love you understand automatic. When you don't think, it's
yes.
in true for you gain fluence in some language. You don't should think the
It's part of
comprehensive
the
is
process.
automatic.
Yeah, but I think it's part of the process. When I started on TNT, I listened to a girl talking. Your fluent will come when you stop translation. When we start thinking in English, then speaking in English. And when you listen to someone talking in English, you don't need to translate what this person is saying. The words has a proper meaning in your brain. And I thought, no, it will never happen with me. But it started to happen when I increase the inputs in English. An example, I put my cell phone in English. I just listen musics in English. I listen podcasts in English most of the time, even if I can't pay attention in all the podcasts. An example, I am washing the dishes, then I put a podcast to listen in English. I will
Try
not pay attention in every single phrase and every single word that this person is saying. But in the end of the podcast, I can get all the meaning, not all the words, but
okay.
the totally meaning of what he was saying.
Uh,
Not exactly the meanings. If you are caring about every single word that you can't translate, I think you will not gain the fluence because you are paying attention in every single word. And in Portuguese, it's the same. When you read a big text, and you don't know the meaning of one word, you will not stop it there. Oh, I don't know the meaning of this word. You will read all the text and you will get the goal.
try create the environment when you live like a native, in
Yes.
Emerson. I don't know.
Immersion, yes.
Immersion. Okay.
Another type, if I can give you, I pass exactly through the same. I was talking on Talk and Talk more than 1 year, and I could understand mm, everything that a Brazilian can talk in English. But when I tried to understand a native one talking in English, I couldn't. Then I started to listen someone who is not native English, but native for another language with a hard accent. An example, I have two Egyptian friends and I talk fluent with them in English, and they are not native English speakers. They speak in Arabic. Then they have a strong accent talking in English. So I learned how to capture the sound of the words in English. Then now when I try to listen a native speaker, an English native speaker, it's better when comparing how I were before this. So
Me
it's
too. Me too.
another type.
I have a same problem when I speak with the guys from Brazil. It's in English. I
Yes,
can
you can get
understand it
everything.
more easy.
Yeah.
But I have some problem with if listening the guys from America. I have so very complicated. But because, for example, in the guys from Africa, it's for me it's so very good understanding. Sometimes I I do the class with the in Cambridge, né? E
Yeah.
I have problem with the guys from Scotland, Australia. It's okay. Island for me is very complicated. People from Africa, it's have amazing accent.
Yeah, it's
It's
clear.
it's so very hard. So very hard. For example, India, it's impossible. India is impossible because the people the sound
Hard.
letter we, it's like V, né?
Yeah.
Woman. Eu falei woman? É woman. Ah,
Yeah.
woman. It's so
Yes. I got exactly the same
uh,
problems.
it's
But I just stopped to be stuck on this when I increased my inputs. And what there was some months ago. Nowadays, I have no time to do this, but I spent a lot of times watching videos with subtitles in English. Then I could assimilate the what the person is speaking, the spelling of the words with the meaning that I know in English. So if you do this, increase your inputs, the time that you listen English all the time, I'm sure your English will become better like this. Your
uh,
English is really good. You have the basis. So you just need to improve some parts, and it's completely possible.
I try watch the movie without subtitle. Sometimes it's boring because sometimes I I I lose most of the dialogue,
Yes,
of
most of the time I put
character,
the subtitles also in.
characters,
Yeah, for
characters.
me,
Uh,
yeah, for me the better is when I listen in English and subtitles also in English. For me,
uh,
it's
because I realize if you put the subtitle, you lose your listen. You lose.
yeah, not at
Uh,
all.
because when you don't have opportunity to understand, you force so much your ear, né?
Your brain, yes,
Okay,
yes.
it's an amazing conversation. It's
Okay, I love it to talk to you. I hope we can talk more frequently, and anything that you want and anything that you need about the English and this process, you can count on me. Okay?
okay. I'll see you another opportunity. Okay.
Yes. Thanks to attend this meeting. Bye bye, Fe.
Okay.